Hello, everybody. I'm Hillary Howard. This is the opening round. You know how it works. Each team begins with 100 points. 10 up for a right answer, 10 down for a wrong answer. Contestants in the studio don't see what you do on the screens at home. Let's begin. Have fun wrestling with these questions, which are all concerned with arms, all kinds of arms. Please identify the following. At the front of your upper arm, you have this...
Bicep.
Bicep is right, Falls Church. This ancient Roman poet wrote, "Arms and the man in the Aeneid." Bullis. Virgil is right. The radius and this other bone are the main bones.
Ulna.
Yes, Bullis, that's right, ulna. The Venus de Milo armless statue is an attraction at this Paris museum. Justice, yes, that's right. He wrote A Farewell to Arms and Bullis. Hemingway is correct. The right arm of the Statue of Liberty holds up this object. Falls Church.
Torch.
Torch is correct. This American woman wrote The Arm of the Starfish and A Wrinkle in Time. Justice. Yeah. An octopus has this many arms, or Justice.
8.
8 is right, and that's the end of the round. It's academic. Now in its 59th year, and for over 50 years, sponsored by Giant Food. Hello, everybody. So glad that you are all with us on this Saturday morning for It's Academic, which has been sponsored for more than 50 years by Giant Food. Give it up for Giant. All right, it's time to meet the teams. We begin with the Bullis School from Potomac, Maryland. Hello, Fiona.
Hi, I'm Fiona. I'm a 17-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank the audience and our alternate, Zach.
All righty. AJ, how you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Hi, I'm AJ Lamota. I'm a junior at Bullis, and I'd like to thank our coach, Mr. Hansen, and our principal, assistant principal, Mr. Bailey.
Wonderful. And Mark, how are you?
Hi, I'm Mark Dean Williams. I'm a 16-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank our friends, family, and our teachers for supporting us.
All right. Bullis. 5 questions here, worth 20 points, nothing off for a wrong answer. Choir on stage. Choirs are nice, but see if you can find in this phrase the name of what element used in the making of steel.
Iron.
Yes. Uses gap. Rearrange the letters in this phrase, and you can name what flying horse of classical...
Pegasus.
Yes. Blank is the mark of a superior intellect. To complete this quote from American economist John Kenneth Galbraith, add what word that's the opposite of optimism.
Pessimism.
That's right. Canada, Iceland, Albania. A person planning a trip to a person planning a trip to Klondike would be going to which of these countries?
Canada.
Yeah. Into the sources of my energy I dared not probe. This comment comes from what World War I Englishman, whose energetic actions in the Middle East led people to link the words of Arabia to his name. Answer?
Lawrence?
Lawrence is right. Nice job. Bullis with 230 points. Now, Falls Church High School from, you guessed it, Falls Church, Virginia. First, we get to say hello to Nolan. How you doing?
Hello, I'm Nolan Coughlin. I am a 17-year-old junior at Falls Church High School, and I'd like to thank one of our administrators, Mr. Lake, for coming out and supporting us.
Great. Anam, how are you?
Hi, I'm Nam Nguyen. I'm a 16-year-old junior as well, and I'd like to thank Mr. Phillips, a coach at our school, for coming and supporting us.
All right, and hello, John.
I'm John Child. I'm a 16-year-old junior, and I'd like to thank our coach, Mr. Brzezinski, who cannot be here with us today.
Gentlemen, Arthur on the line. You don't have to go online to find hidden in this phrase the name of which of the Great Lakes?
Huron.
Yes, poisoned. This word looks lethal, but if you rearrange the letters, you can name what Greek god of the sea, counterpart of the Roman Neptune?
Poseidon.
That's it. Blank means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. You can complete this quote by adding what word meaning freedom. That also describes the Sons in the name of a colonial group headed by Sam Adams.
Liberty.
Yeah. Red corpuscles, white corpuscles, platelets. Of these 3 substances found in your blood, which one has the most effect on the clotting of blood?
Platelets.
Platelets is right. I will abstain from all intentional wrongdoing and harm. This is an excerpt from what ancient oath traditionally taken by medical school graduates?
Hippocratic.
That's it. Nice, Falls Church, with 220 points. From just outside of Falls Church in Fairfax County, Justice High School. Sonny, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Sonny Nguyen. Oops.
Excited to hit that buzzer.
I'm a 17-year-old senior at Justice High School. I'd like to thank our coach, Mr. Russell.
Awesome. Leticia?
Hi, my name is Leticia Lash. I'm a 17-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank our wonderful cheerleaders for coming out to support us today.
Yay, cheers. And finally, Maddie.
Hi, I'm Maddie Lambert. I'm a 17-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank Hugh, our alternate.
Okay. Motor on to town. You can find hidden in this phrase the name of what town that's the largest city in Canada.
Toronto.
Yeah. A naiad is a Greek water nymph, but you can rearrange the letters to name what Roman goddess of the hunt associated with the Greek Artemis.
Diana.
Yeah. A man with a blank dollars is as well off as if he were rich. To complete this quote attributed to John Jacob Astor, add what number equal to 10 to the 6th power?
A million.
Yep. Arawaks, Mayans, Aztecs. Two of these Indian groups were based in Mexico, but which group inhabited islands in the Caribbean and was encountered by Columbus?
Arawaks.
That's it. I have tried to read Shakespeare and find it dull. This was the view of what English researcher better known for his Origin of Species than for dramatic criticism? Answer?
Spencer.
No, Charles Darwin. Nice job, though. 210 points for justice. That's the end of the round. It's time for the Picture Perfect round. Questions are worth 20 points up or down. Are you ready? Here we go. Like this 14th century manuscript page, all Qurans were originally written only in what language widely? Bullis.
Arabic.
Yeah. Choice. This stamp honors the American lobster, an arthropod belonging to what subphylum? Meristomata, crustaceans, or Falls Church?
Crustaceans.
That's it. A 19th century cartoonist had a good subject in Benjamin Disraeli, the English prime minister who made what British queen? Bullis. Answer? In 3.
Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria, Empress of India. Solve for X. Justice.
5.
5 is right. This is Maximilian I, head of a European empire that began in 939 and continued until 1805 and had what 2-word name? Bullis. Answer? In 3, 2, 1.
Holy Roman.
Yeah, that was it. Woo! These little figures move around a clock tower twice each day at 11 a.m. and what time that a soldier might refer to as 1700 Falls Church?
5 o'clock p.m.
5 o'clock p.m.
5 o'clock is right. Evidence of Stone Age civilization has been found in the Hagar Mountains. In what North African country bordered by Libya, Tunisia, and Morocco? Falls Church.
Algeria.
Yeah. This is a statue of Wadjet, an Egyptian god whose name referred to what writing material used by ancient Falls Church?
Papyrus.
Papyrus is right. Nice job. That is the end of the round. You know, it takes a lot to be on It's Academic, so let's meet the coaches and faculty that prepare these students for competition. So we begin with Bullis. AJ, who's with you today?
We have Mr. Hansen here. He is a U.S. history teacher. We also have Mr. Bailey, our assistant principal, and we can't forget our great alternate, Zachary Klein.
Awesome. So nice to have you guys here. From Falls Church, Anam, who's with you guys?
We have Mr. Phillips, a coach at our school, and Mr. Lake, an assistant principal.
Great to see you. And finally, from Justice, Leticia, who's with you?
We have our sponsor, Mr. Russell, an IB math teacher and golf coach.
Wonderful. Good to have you. Okay, so this is the packet round. Everyone knows how this works. We've got these 3 lovely packets right here filled with 8 questions. If you get all of them right, there's a 25-point bonus. Bullis, you get to answer questions first. Falls Church, what packet will it be?
Them or us?
You get to pick which of these 3 packets they get to answer questions
okay.
from.
Number 3.
Number 3, are you sure? Yes. All right, here we go. According to one study, Americans eat the most ice cream in the first week of what 7th month?
July.
Yeah. Wise ornithologists have classified over 200 species of what wise bird associated with the goddess
Owl?
of... Yes. In 1517, the French King Francis I paid the equivalent of 92 ounces of gold for what famous Da Vinci portrait of a smiling woman?
Mona Lisa.
The Mona Lisa. Yeah, here's your science question. In general, organic acids are highly corrosive, weak, or not found naturally.
Weak.
Weak is right. An alligator that eluded capture for days in Chicago has been relocated to the warmth of what Florida city, the country's oldest?
St. Augustine.
Yes, you're right. The nonsense poem Jabberwocky appears in what Alice in Wonderland sequel that Lewis Carroll published in 1872?
Through the Looking Glass.
Through the Looking Glass is correct. Here's your math question. Given that y has a value of 0, what is the value of x?
8.
8 is right. Environmentalists are concerned that heavy metals are polluting the sources of fresh water in what Central American country whose capital is Tegucigalpa?
Honduras.
25-point bonus for Bullis. Well done. All right, Falls Church, now you're up. And Justice, which packet will they answer questions from?
2.
2. In descending order we go. Guys, visitors to Maine might find life prickly on an offshore island named for what hedgehog-like animal with sharp, prickly quills?
Porcupine?
Yes. Extending over 1,200 miles. The Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef, lies off the coast of what smallest continent?
Australia?
Australia is right. The distinction of being the mummy with the most tattoos, 61 in all, goes to Otzi the Iceman, whose remains were found in what highest European mountain range?
Alps?
It is the Alps, yeah. Here's your science question. Which of these colors has the longest wavelength?
Violet?
No, it's orange. Although Amerigo Vespucci was Italian, he sailed for both Spain and what other Iberian country associated with Henry the Navigator?
Portugal?
Portugal is right. Though he was dyslexic, what Danish writer found worldwide success with fairy tales like Thumbelina and The Emperor's New Clothes? The answer is?
Anderson?
Yeah, that's right, Hans Christian Andersen. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer.
4,000.
4,000 is right. Americans have a monument to the unknown soldier, but there's a statue of an unknown historian in what capital city of Hungary?
Budapest.
Yes, nice job, Falls Church, with 440 points. Finally, packet number 1 for Justice. I just have to get it out. All of these layers. Astronaut Scott Carpenter gave his space capsule what name that's paired with Borealis in a term for the Northern Lights?
Aurora.
Yeah. During World War II, the German battleship Graf Spee was trapped by a British ship named for what mythical hero with a vulnerable heel?
Achilles.
Achilles is right. When World War II pilots talked about flying over the hump, they were referring to what Asian mountain range, the highest in the world?
The Himalayas.
Yes. Here's your science question. Remembering that there is no air on the moon, if you were standing there and someone set off a charge of dynamite a safe distance away, you could see it, hear it, or both.
See it.
See it is right. When Adolf Hitler reinstated universal military training in Germany, he was defying the World War I treaty signed in 1919 in what French palace?
Versailles.
Versailles is correct. Workers in a daycare center might seek the expert advice of what P.T. Travers' character, the magical nanny who worked for the Banks family. Answer?
Nanny Poppins.
What was that?
Mary Poppins.
That's it, Mary Poppins, yeah. Here's your math question. just a spoonful of sugar, if you ever saw it. No. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as a positive integer.
6.
Yes. Evidence of civilization going back more than 7,000 years has been found in what Middle East country whose capital is Beirut?
Lebanon.
25-point bonus for Justice High School. Well done. And we're coming back with the grab bag next. Okay, time for the grab bag round where anything can happen. Questions are worth 20 points up or down. 30 for the visuals, but before we begin, let's recap those scores. Bullis, 475, Falls Church, 440, and Justice, 415. All right, here we go. Though she's only 16, what Swedish activist recently? Falls Church.
Greta Thunberg?
Yes. The play Our American Cousin is famous because it was being performed at Ford's Theater the night what? 18 Falls Church.
Abraham Lincoln died?
Yeah. Veterans Day, November 11th, is also the birthday of what American novelist who portrayed the horror of war in Slaughterhouse-Five?
Kurt Vonnegut.
Bullis. Yes, that's it. On your screens for 30 points. This elaborate drinking cup was crafted in what ancient empire once ruled by Xerxes? Bullis.
Persian Empire.
Yes. From the name of these islands, you can tell that Dodecanese is a group of what number of islands in the Falls Church?
12.
Yes, that's it. During the French and Indian Wars, what future state was known as the Eastern District of Massachusetts? Falls Church.
Vermont?
No, it was Maine. Choice. In Newtonian mechanics, which of these is not a vector quantity? Force, mass, or velocity?
Mass.
Yes, that's right, Bullis. On your screens for 30 points. People in the middle of the road get hit from both sides. This comment was made by George Shultz, Secretary of State for what 40th President? Bullis.
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. 250 years ago, Napoleon Bonaparte was born on what Mediterranean island? Falls Church. Answer?
Corsica.
Yes. How long is the diagonal of a rectangle? 15 inches by 8 inches. Bullis.
64 plus 225 is it 19?
Answer?
19.
Nope, it's 17.
I couldn't.
Afraid that England was being threatened by witches, what first Stuart king wrote a study on demonology? The Falls Church.
James?
Yeah, nice. On your screens for 30 points. This Vuillard painting is set in what same Spanish city whose barber titles an opera by
Seville.
Bullis? Seville is correct. The first woman governor in the United States shared what same last name with the woman popularly considered to be our first flag maker? Bullis.
Ross.
Ross is right. Beethoven's Piano Sonata Opus 27, number 2, is usually referred with what word? Falls Church.
Furlies?
No, Moonlight, the Moonlight Sonata. And its nickname, which of our states claims to be the land of 10,000 lakes? Bullis.
Minnesota.
Yep. Built by Ramses II, what temple complex was named for the boy who led archaeologist Giovanni Belzoni to the site in 1817? The answer is Abu Simbel. In the U.S. Capitol building, there's a statue of what frontier hero who led settlers into Kentucky along Falls Church?
Daniel Boone?
Daniel Boone is it. An auction raised more than $14,000 for an IOU note, written by what leader of the Green Mountain Boys in the Revolutionary War? The answer is Ethan Allen, best known for his furniture stores these days, right? It's appropriate that the letters USA are found at the end of the name of what American composer who wrote Stars and Stripes Forever? Bullis.
Sousa.
Sousa is correct. The phrase underground artist might have applied to the early Christian painters who decorated what underground burial passageways in? Bullis. Answer?
Catacombs.
Catacombs is correct, and that's the end of the game. And now the scores are official. We begin with Justice High School from Fairfax County, Sunny, Leticia, and Maddie, 415 points. From Falls Church High School, we have Nolan, Aman, and John with 520 points. And And coming back for the playoff with a whopping 665 points, the Bullis School. Fiona, AJ, and Mark, 665, as I already said. So good, I'll say it twice.